In this episode of the RV Small Talk podcast, we talk about, well, it's all small talk this episode.
We talk about everything from guilty pleasures to what kind of food we eat on the road and our future camping plans.
And don't forget that we also talk about this really cool destination in Hutto, Texas.
Stay tuned. You don't want to miss that.
Welcome to the RV Small Talk podcast, where we talk about lightweight trailers, truck campers, and the people and places and adventures that go along with them. We are your hosts from Princess Craft RV. I'm Clint.
I'm Lindsay.
I'm PJ, and thank you so much for joining us.
Let's jump into this episode. Hey, Lindsay, you just made us aware of this thing out in the community that you live in. And it sounds amazing. It sounds like the community's rallying around.
So if you're going, like here's Sonic and here's 79 going this way and then here's 79 going this way. And people don't want to wait at that light to turn around. So they created this
That's right.
ditch.
The de facto driveway.
It's called the ditch. And then when it rains, it gets like super muddy and people cut through
mudding.
And people like spray mud everywhere or get stuck and have to be pulled out. Like it's a whole thing. It's now a place on Google Maps is the ditch in Hutto.
Kidding.
And people leave reviews
Of the ditch?
Yes.
Man,
And there's like 5-star ratings.
The state of the ditch.
Yeah. And like all these reviews.
man,
and
I
like,
kind of want to set up a lemonade stand in the ditch.
it's so funny. The ditch
no,
has
a beer
become
stand,
like
really?
a place
Well,
in
I
Hutto.
don't think you can. I mean, you have to have certain licenses for that.
Yeah, you actually have to be legal.
How about a root beer stand? That would be good enough.
I don't know.
But the problem is people are trying to get to Sonic where they have root beer floats.
Yeah, and so
Right,
the whole thing is like
no.
all the reviews on Google Maps is like
Best ditch ever.
5 stars. I got to my corn dogs. It's so.
Hutto Police is about to shut that down.
Yeah, I can't believe they haven't already. Because it's a ditch.
Yeah.
We're not just talking like a little over the grass. Like it's treacherous.
I wonder how many
and cars
tickets have
just
been passed
like
out for that.
go for
Because that's
it.
not legal.
Well, the only way they're going to stop it is if they like put a big concrete berm in there or something. I mean, that's the only way people will stop going there.
True, but they might do that.
They might do that, right? But that's the only way. I mean, how else do you do it? Police it?
Right.
Give people tickets?
Right.
Then it's a dare.
Oh.
And going to Sonic, then
I mean,
it just
and there's
adds a little more
There's
intrigue.
enough lifted vehicles in Hutto that they'll go right over a concrete berm.
Maybe.
I mean, there are so many people from the Austin Jeep Club in Hutto. It's
Oh my
Really?
God.
nuts.
There's so many Jeeps in Hutto. Hippo Pit. That's
The
what
Hippo
it's called. Look, it's a place on Google Maps. In the Hippo Pit. It's a tourist attraction. There's pictures. See you at the pit. And then there's like pictures of like cars crossing it and it being all wet and muddy. Here's some of the reviews. 5 out of 5 would recommend sitting across highway at Sonic during the rain, enjoying Route 44 strawberry limeade or shake or slush, or even a burger, and watching the Hippo Pit eat up eager illegal U-turners.
that would be good people watching.
It just eats up. Yep. Prices are fair, family friendly, hours of entertainment if you go at the right time. Bored on a rainy day, this spot will make it a fun day. You may think this pit is just a seemingly shallow mud hole, but it's much, much more than that. This pit unites the community of Hutto. It brings our dirty, muddy star that brings endless amounts of entertainment, joy, and excitement. We cheer and await for the overly confident to be swallowed by the pit and thank the skies when it rains and replenishes the hungry pit. Long live the pit. Brad Pitt, psh, best pit out there is the Hippo Pit. Please change the name to the Hippopotamus. Also known as
the
Corn Dog
hungry.
Crossing.
Oh,
It's so
no.
funny. And like, I guess I just really love the fact that there's this dirt pit that gets attention and now like people have put time and effort into putting it on Google Maps, giving it reviews, and it makes people laugh. It's funny. It's like that, like the other day at the light. So there's this big telephone pole and it's covered in ivy, right?
Okay.
And then somebody just took a picture of Marge Simpson's face.
Oh, nice.
And stapled it to the bottom
So the
of
ivy
the
became her hair?
ivy. Yeah, on the telephone pole.
Is that here? Where is that?
Yes, it was up here, right at this light when you leave Princess Craft.
Oh.
But I took a picture of it. I'll see if I can find it. But I took a picture of it, and I just remember thinking, like, I just love how some people choose to spend their time.
Right, they're
like
creative.
Somebody
and they
chose
take action with it.
to say, hey, that would be funny, and then did it, and then walked over there and stapled the dang thing to the pole. And that's great.
I love to see entertaining, fun things like this during what seems to have been a little bit of a tumultuous year.
I have no idea what you're talking
cool
about.
to see that fun stuff.
I'm in denial.
Yeah, me too.
It is fun.
Actually.
And when you're driving and traveling, it's really fun too. And just to see like random stuff and know that somebody has that creative mind and did something about it, even if it's a teeny tiny thing like stapling a piece of paper to a telephone pole. It made me really happy.
That's just it, is having the creative mind and then acting on it. Taking the step to actually make something and to bring smiles to people. That's cool.
It is cool. I creatively acted with putting an energy drink in a coffee cup this morning.
That's not coffee?
That's creative.
Well,
creative in a cup.
Please don't slam that. Sip that cautiously, please.
Too late.
Oh, no.
You got about 30 minutes.
So, hey, this has actually been a little bit more of a camping season for the three of us. We go in seasons where we obviously work at this dealership and help people go camping, but we haven't camped all that much. But this year in particular, there's been a lot more camping.
We've ramped it up. I'm so proud of us.
All that talk last year about ramping it up. Remember that?
We ramped it up.
We did it?
Which you know what this means, right?
What?
Next year.
We have to ramp it up again?
Like up further.
Up further?
Okay.
Level 2, baby.
I mean, I already went to Colorado.
Well, I guess you'll have
no
to go
more
like
elevation for me for a while without like proper time. I don't know how to do elevation correctly. We should do a podcast on that. Can we do a podcast on that?
Yeah, on how to deal with elevation changes?
Yeah, like I'm a big old baby. How do I do this?
Okay.
Because I know some people who just like...
But elevation sickness and issues is a super real thing.
I know it's a real thing, but it affects some people a lot more than others.
You.
That would be Lindsay.
Okay, so maybe instead of a podcast, I'll just Google it.
But you also are super sensitive to motion sickness and all that. So I'm wondering if people
also
who
jump
are
out of an airplane.
more likely to, well, there's that. But I wonder if people who are more prone to motion sickness are also more likely to face issues with elevation. I wonder.
Is it is like your inner ear in play here all the time?
Well, maybe. I mean, if you have trouble with the pressure, normalizing. I don't know.
I don't know
I'm
either.
guessing.
All right. Topic for another day.
Yeah. Okay.
Squirrel.
But we've done a lot of camping, and I think that since we've done more diving into camping this year, we might have found some things that are, I don't know, guilty pleasures while camping. And keep it clean, y'all. But guilty pleasures while camping. Like I won't bring up that my son still produces dirty diapers. That's not a guilty pleasure at all.
Ew.
Why does that always come up?
Because he's 3 now.
It's
He needs
his
life.
To stop. Hey, give me your kid. I'll potty train him in a weekend.
He's going to potty train you, is my experience.
That's because it's you. That's because you're the parent. Give him to me. I'll potty train him.
Really? Are you passing up an opportunity to hand over a 3-year-old for a weekend?
He wouldn't.
Are you?
He wouldn't.
I like to
Are
keep
you?
I like to keep friends.
He wouldn't. We're friends.
Sure. Why not?
Y'all should see his face.
Whatever definition you want to go by.
Oh, no. I'm going to sit over there next time. Just be cool. All right. So guilty pleasures while camping.
Yeah. Like things that just bring you joy still. You're camping, but they might not be considered really traditional camping.
I think most of my guilty pleasures come with like my kids. Like how I take my kids
Bringing
camping.
kids, that's not camping.
Bringing kids is but I don't know. I guess you just have this idea in your head that you're going to like take your kids camping and you're going to like learn about this new species of bug and you're going to build a fort in the woods and you're going to go swimming in the ocean. And then like you get there And
it's none of that?
We do a lot of that. But
You built a fort in the ocean?
in Texas, under the water. It was an
Oh.
underwater fort. We're mermaids.
All right, Namor. How do you say his name?
I have no idea who you're talking about.
The Submariner. He's a comic book.
What's a submariner?
Comic book.
Is it
superhero.
like sub party?
Sub-
Is he invited to the sub party?
I'm sorry, everyone. That's an inside joke from this morning's meeting with the service department. It was subpar. Okay. Anyways,
Oh, this is all. All right, so we do some of that, but I think a lot of the time it's you can't stay outside there that long. It's hot and my kids are whiny, so we do a lot of movies inside the trailer.
Oh, that's not camping, but it's approved. Go ahead.
So are these guilty pleasures that you don't want anyone to know about?
I mean,
Well,
they're
that-
guilty
You're
pleasures.
not an avid camper if you're watching movies in a lot of people's eyes.
Yeah. And
Yeah, it's more just like things that you don't advertise. Like, hey, everybody, I'm going camping, and I let my kids watch Frozen 3 times.
Right. It's more like that. It's like
I mean,
you tell people you go camping. Everyone knows that the idyllic scenario is the unplugging, enjoying the sounds of nature, relaxing, and yet the reality is Frozen 3 times in the air conditioning.
yeah, and that's it's like the stuff that you don't post
Right.
on social media and
yeah,
say,
good- yeah.
look, this is our camping trip. Like, look, we're watching Frozen again.
Right. So
Okay, well, if it's 110 outside, you can't really go hiking.
Right, but you
Very long.
Right, especially with a 3-year-old. But you talk to a lot of campers, and it's still like,
right.
and that's fine. I don't.
Well,
We watch movies.
sure.
You just do what works.
We watch movies, and that's the easiest way for me to get them asleep too. We don't watch movies at home to go to sleep, but when they're in a camper, it's like
Oh, there's so many changes to the environment.
Yeah.
And you're all together in one small space.
And if I want to leave the camper and sit outside and read a book or work on my computer or something like that, I can't just be like, bye kids, and shut the door. Like, I need to have a movie on and then they'll go to
I
sleep.
don't know. Have you tried?
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't pretty.
That's another guilty pleasure. Hearing my children scream, where are you?
Oh no.
All right. What about you?
Well, I would say probably the things that I don't advertise that are my guilty pleasures are really simple. I drink more than 1 cup of coffee. I drink coffee all day long.
Yeah, well, you noticed.
And I love it. And I drink it here, but truth be told, I'm decaf. So, but I can drink anything. I can bounce off of walls. And it doesn't matter if I'm wound tight. I'm camping. And then I kind of go off the rails. I like chocolate and sugar when I'm camping.
Off the rails, everybody.
Yeah, she tries to mitigate some of that while here. You try to say, look, I got 3 pieces or whatever for the day or something. But here, or while camping, you go ahead and throw that out the window?
Well, this is real life here. When I'm camping, it's not real life. Isn't that weird?
What?
It's
Yeah, so
it's not real
all
life.
the caffeine,
so-
all the chocolate when you're camping.
Yeah, absolutely. So
So to me, it's like growing up, and if I went camping or something like that, you open up the freezer and it's all the Capri Suns. I never got Capri Suns unless I was on a trip to the beach or something like that. Like,
Yeah, like Capri
Suns.
Suns just remind me of summer camp because that was the only time we got any kind of juice was if we go to summer camp and then they gave it to us and then it was just like the best day ever.
yeah, the best.
so what do you take? Do you take food?
Yeah, I think just for the ease, and this is probably the family thing as well. The ease portion of it is something that is, processed foods, easy to unpack and pass off to the kids. The Pop-Tarts or the Nutri-Grain bars and things like that. Those things come along because it's easy. It means that we can not think too hard.
So is that their guilty pleasures? They get to eat
Well,
Nutri-Grain bars and
if it's there for
prepackaged
them, it's there for
food.
me too.
Yeah.
Right?
Good point.
So,
Good point. Yeah.
So guilty pleasure, I think that kind of falls in line as well. I will say traveling with the family and camping, it means we bring so much more stuff than I ever dreamed of bringing when I was a kid camping, when I was younger camping, tent camping.
Like what?
Like, it's so weird that we bring so many toys with us. That boggles my mind.
Toys?
Toys.
You bring toys?
Yeah.
Am I supposed to bring toys?
Well, let's just say my kids get to pack a backpack and it's full of toys.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, I usually bring like a deck of cards, a board game because my son loves board games.
Yeah, that's just not my kids at all.
Yeah, and then your kids like to like color, and they could sit there and color forever. My kids will color for like 4 seconds. They're like, no, we're done.
Yeah.
So, okay. I don't want them to bring toys. It's so much stuff.
And whereas I still connect going fishing with camping and all that. Growing up, no one in my family really fished, so we never brought fishing supplies. I was lucky if we brought the bikes. I mean, we brought
So why
nothing.
is fishing guilty pleasure?
No,
What am I
he's just
missing?
saying like the stuff that he packs now. Versus,
Just 'cause of the
you just
job-
pack
yeah.
more stuff.
Yeah.
so
Okay.
what?
We just have so much
What
stuff.
did you do
Yeah.
when you were a kid and you went camping? Do you remember?
I poked at the fire.
Yeah, I was about to say, did you just like hit a rock with a stick? Because that's what I remember doing.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a way to play with, if there's a way to play with the rocks, the stick
so
in the
poor.
dirt, then I did.
No, it's just we were camping.
It's what you do when you're camping.
But it's so funny because like if you told my 6-year-old to like go find a stick, I don't know. I feel like that wouldn't end well. I feel like
First of all, he always has a stick.
he
He just pretends it's a gun, right? So not a baseball bat. But in all fairness, when you were a kid, I had 3 girls and they created all their own games. And even if I brought games, those weren't the ones you wanted. You went up and made up some fairyland or some story and off you went pretending. So I didn't have to bring any toys. What kind of toys do your kids bring?
They got dolls, action figures. They got, I don't know, knick-knacky things that
Do they play with them?
in the car rides they do.
Okay.
In the car rides they do, but at the campsite they're climbing on everything, jumping off of everything. They make up their own little fanciful world, just like you described.
Yeah.
it's in the car ride. And my car rides growing up, I don't remember having anything. Maybe at some point I remember getting a Walkman. And my kids,
You're probably in junior high.
yeah, and my kids now have their little. We got them CD players, so they have to learn how to switch their own CDs and change tracks. It's pretty hilarious.
so cute. So cute.
And they have these little. Their headphones have a maximum volume kind of built in.
Yeah.
and I love that they max out at something like 90 decibels, which is still a bit high for what I want for their little ears, but yeah.
Hawk has those too, but he's had them for a few years and now they're kind of broken and they won't actually go any higher than really quiet. So he's always like, can
So
you
they-
turn down your music because I can't hear my iPad with my headphones on.
You're saying they get better with time?
Yeah, I'm saying.
This could improve.
Or maybe his hearing has just gotten so bad that it just sounds really quiet.
No.
No, they're broken. I need to
bet
get
they-
him some more. Anyway, so are these guilty pleasures we want to
No,
change?
I don't know that I'm in any rush to change them because it means that my family is going, because before we weren't going, right? And
True.
also the car rides, that trip to Colorado and back with the kids.
I can't imagine.
No, bring the things that help them to pass the miles, because Laura and I don't hardly ever get to talk to each other in the car
Yeah.
on any car ride.
It's impossible.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But they have CD players now, and we get to talk in the car.
Have a conversation.
Like, this is the first
Yeah,
conversation we've
'cause
had
they
in
put
2 or 3
headphones on.
years.
That's you had a little bit to catch up on.
We did, and and unfortunately, you have to relearn how to do that after so long. You know, I'm over here driving, and the kids are finally quiet, and she's finally catching up with something on her phone. So,
Yeah.
drat.
Oh, well.
So, what about this one? You mentioned earlier that one of your guilty pleasures when going camping.
Oh, I go to bed early.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like at home, I don't even know if this is a I should do this at home too, but okay. So like,
It sounds healthy.
yes, but the idea is like at home, you put the kids to bed and then, I have X amount of time before I go to sleep to do all the things I can't do because I'm at work or putting
Are you
the
on your
kids to bed.
schedule?
Yeah. So like laundry, dishes, catch up on work stuff, or take a bath, or, paint my toenails, or, anything, clean up the living room, meal prep for the next day, like all of these things. And so I end up staying up really late because it's like you can't sit and relax and go to bed early because you can physically see all the things around you that you either need to do or want to do to make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
When you're camping, it's like you can't do anything. It's like the opposite. You're forced to do nothing.
That's why why you do it.
I could play on my phone or but
But that's what I love.
It all gets old, and so I sit and you're like, oh, I can't do the dishes. I can't meal prep. I can't take a bath. I can't do any of these things. I'm going to go to sleep. And then I go to sleep at 8:30.
Yeah.
And then I wake up the next morning and I'm like, whoa.
It's like an old Disney thing.
Yes.
The sun comes over.
Birds are chirping.
Little
and you're
bluebirds flying around.
Okay, so this is like what you're supposed to feel like. But then you go home and you can't actually do that because you can see stuff that needs to be done. So I'm not sure if that falls in the guilty pleasure category, but I love it. I'm like, yay, I'm going camping. I'm going to reset my sleep.
No, that's cool because I like when I'm camping to sit around the campfire fairly late. And if there's stars to be seen, that's always just so cool to me to see stars.
I'll look at them for a second. Then I'm going to bed.
But with these kids, put the kid in their bed and stay in there to tell them to calm down a few times and then doze off.
And yeah. It's hard to stay awake.
And then you're out. So you'll be rested hopefully for the next day.
Well, I'm sure that's how we were probably meant to work as humans.
Uh-huh.
The sun goes down and everything gets a little quieter and there's things you can't do. You go to sleep and sun comes up and you wake up, right? But when I go camping, I'm just the opposite. My thought is, I don't have to get up in the morning. I can stay up as late as I want because
PJ.
Can't I
PJ. PJ.
Clint's calling bull honky.
Normal life for you. How many hours do you think you normally get of sleep on a normal night at home?
I really try for 7.
And that's how many hours you're in bed, maybe. But how many winks of sleep do you get?
Well, some nights are not sleeping nights. I'll just say that. They're not sleeping nights,
Folks,
but I
there
try
are a lot
really
of
hard.
those.
I have started reading a really boring book, and that has helped.
Back to
That
War
is
and
how-
Peace. Tell of Two Cities.
The problem
My name is
is
Ishmael.
No.
Or call me Ishmael.
Hey,
But the problem
Moby
is-
Dick is not boring at all.
You're right. I'm
The
just
other
thinking
two,
long
the other
books.
two, yes.
Yeah, I'm
But
thinking
Moby
long
Dick,
books.
no.
Sorry.
No, and the funny part is that I always have to go back to something I've already read because I can't remember the characters. So whenever,
Maybe you need more sleep.
So,
yeah, probably so. Because I was exhausted when I read it. It was 2 a.m. So yeah, but that has helped a little bit. But I start getting anxiety about 10 o'clock, knowing that I need to go to bed or I'll be tired.
See, that's weird because anxiety doesn't help anyone sleep.
I know that. Thank you so much.
your body's
Captain
doing
Obvious.
it wrong.
So, but I love staying up late when I'm camping because my
It's an
mind
excuse.
can wander. It's, and I don't have to get up early in the morning. And it's kind of okay if I
you
wake
able
up
to sleep
cross-eyed
in?
and tired.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Are you able to sleep in?
Yeah, sometime. Yeah, it's a little sometimes.
Okay.
A little something.
I was saying before kids, sleeping in
But-
was actually pretty easy, but my kids
what?
have changed me.
Even when they're not around.
My eyes pop open.
Because
I'm like,
you're
where's
just
my
so,
kid?
they're like, you're so used to them waking you up.
5:30 in the morning. I don't need an alarm clock.
Oh, I wake my kids up at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Well, my kids come in at 5:30
I turn on the lights at 5:30. Wake up.
But you know what? The other thing you can do when you're camping, if you stayed up really late and you woke up at 6 o'clock anyway,
Take a nap. Take a nap.
yeah,
Mom says take
you can
a nap.
just
Take
go
a nap.
take a nap.
It's a song.
I thought she was going to say morning drinking, but okay.
Oh, well,
Take a
that
nap.
too.
That's
Then
when
you
then
take
you
a
take a nap. Wake up, drink, nap.
Yeah. I have been known to put brandy in my coffee and then take a nap. See, that's what I love. And I know you're supposed to be hiking and doing all these nature things. That's kind of what it feels like.
But it
takes me a couple of days to learn how to do nothing.
That's what we've
But I
all
love
prescribed as what going camping means, and there's going to be all kinds of argument over that.
Mm-hmm.
However, it just needs to be a getaway. You need something different than day-to-day life. Go camping.
So a
and
getaway
get
of
what you
whatever
need.
is
Yeah.
different than what you do
Go
or
get
whatever
what
it is
works
you want
for
to
you.
do more of.
Yeah.
I am seriously so happy with the amount of camping that I did this year. Like by myself, like with the kids, different places, different parks. Yes, go me.
Go you.
Well, you have
Camping.
your very cool Intech trailer.
I know. I love it. So, do you have any camp trips coming up?
Well, that's the thing. We're hitting fall-ish.
Okay. Yes,
Still
ish.
Texas fall. So, and we were talking about this earlier. I get excited about the change in the season. So there is no change in the season. You're right.
I don't know what you're
I was
talking
gonna
about.
say,
You're
it's
right.
Texas.
I like it when the average temperature goes to about 90 degrees.
I mean, that is
That's-
that
I
is
like
an
it when it goes
exciting
to 80,
time.
okay?
But
that happens for
in
like-
November.
Yeah, for like 1 week.
So,
That's true. Then it's cold.
Man, but
Off and on.
that 1 week is really
magical.
it's everybody's favorite week in Texas. It's like everybody just has a different attitude all of a sudden for
Well,
that 1 week where it feels so
It's
good
like
outside.
we get to cosplay. It's like we bring out our little sweaters.
We do
and
get to cosplay.
We have our little mugs of whatever our warm drink
Yes.
is. Probably some pumpkin spice
and our
for
big
so many
tall
people.
boots.
Yeah, and it's like the girls wear their Uggs.
Yes.
Is there 1 week out of the
Ugg
year they wear their
season.
Uggs?
It is really nice, but I wouldn't say I look forward to it because it's so short lived. It doesn't really count. And then the cold is annoying and I just miss the heat.
Do you miss heat?
Yeah, I would much rather it be 150 degrees
no.
than cold.
No, I'm
I'm cool with the cold. I'm cool with the hot.
not so much. Anyways, but I look forward to it. But it's also with the change of the season is we start to do another rally. We have another rally coming up for the Texas Tiny
We have a
Trailer Rallies.
lot of events coming up.
Which, by the way, if you are interested at all at joining us at the Texas Tiny Trailer Rally, you need to get in and get registered because spots are filling up fast.
It's getting crazy.
98
98
trailers.
signups? Yeah.
98 trailers.
98, and I have a bet going with a coworker on how many trailers we can get signed up. So
help out.
so ready, set, go.
Yeah. So go to TexasTinyTrailerRally.com for that. And also, we're looking at joining up with the Texas Avid Outdoors Rally, which is
I'm so excited about that.
so if you don't know about the overlanding community that much, find one of these things. Texas Avid Outdoors is where people who are into this super overland vehicle-based camping, I don't know, community, society group.
They hang out together.
Yeah.
There's vendors. There's camping. There's things to learn about. There
Seminars.
is seminars.
Yeah.
An off-grid
2
expo.
days in a row.
Yeah, very,
So-
very cool.
And if
Yeah,
you wanted to
very
know
cool.
how your rig could do off-grid, go to one of these things because that's where the real experts, because that's all they do.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to really have a whole day battery talk or a whole day lithium ion or a
That's
whole day
your
solar
thing.
talk,
Oh my
you
God.
can
This
go
is your
to
You
place.
can find someone there to do that with.
go to an overland or outdoor expo like this.
But you know what? The thing that I want to point out is that we're talking about guilty pleasures, things that we do when we're camping that aren't like serious camping things
Okay.
that we add in.
Yeah.
I think camping kind of has this feeling of if you're not really roughing it, you're not doing it right.
Right.
Glamping, is that really camping?
Right.
Outdoor expo type things and the off-road camping,
Right.
that has kind of that same stigma.
Sure
But
does.
there is all kinds of levels. You may not be a backpacker that treks off for 4 days in the wilderness. Or you may not want to go to someplace remote where you don't see another human for a week.
Gosh, I do.
But you might want to learn how to use solar cookers.
Yeah.
You know? Or you might want to know about
like the power of being off grid, like
portable power.
Yeah, that because that's something we hear so many people want to talk about, and there's just wide arm gestures. There's just so many different options and power levels, and
I always encourage that, you know, even if don't feel like you are the, you know, I don't know how to describe it, but you know what I mean, that rough guy that can do anything, you know, survival type person.
Bear Grylls.
Yes, grill bears.
Man, what's so funny about him is that he
don't say grill bears.
I mean,
that's his name. Why are we grilling bears?
Because
I prefer my bear steamed.
So you know what I mean.
Don't
think that event is not for you if you have any interest at all in just cool outdoor stuff.
Yeah, and so it's just another community, another segment, and there's stuff to learn. And if you're into technology and all that, guys, if you've run out of things to think about from a technology standpoint, gadgets for your RV, then look at the overlanding world, because there are some seriously, I don't know, out of this world gadgets and technology advancements out there.
So this is the first time, I mean, we've been to a few expos like this, but this is the first time that we're going to go as a vendor. We're going to have some really cool off-road trailers there. I'm just really excited. So y'all come see us. Yeah. Come say hi.
PJ and we're going to be there, and we're going to be exhausted.
Yeah, but
we're going to be late.
I'll be there.
So here's the deal.
And I'll probably be exhausted too, but for different reasons.
That week, PJ and we're in Elkhart for the annual, except for last year,
Manufacturers Open House, which means that all these manufacturers from all over the U.S. and even from Canada will bring their newest designs and products that are going to be available to the public to show the dealerships, educate the dealerships, and maybe pick up some more dealership network to grow their dealership network. Now, I know everybody is thinking, a cool RV show. No, not open to the public. It is, and there is some controls there. So it is in Elkhart, but don't show up. You will be very disappointed.
Mm-hmm. And that also means that you guys get to see some new trailers, probably talk to some people in the industry. So
maybe do a cool podcast.
Yeah, I'm excited about what's like for the podcast, what's going to come out of that with some industry news and new products, because we all know that whatever PJ and Clint learn or see there, they're going to bring back and tell everyone.
We can't quit talking about it.
Yeah, we all know it's going to happen.
Never.
So take lots of pictures.
Okay.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, it will be fun. It will be a fun start to the fall. Maybe it'll be 90 degrees.
Well, no, up there it'll be nice and cool.
Yeah, it'll probably be like 74.
It'll be beautiful up there. So we'll do that for that week. We'll get back on Friday, but the Friday that we get back is the start of the Texas Avid Outdoors.
I'll be there waiting for you.
Yes. Yeah. Did we say when it was? Isn't it the beginning of October?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's first through
the first weekend
second.
In October. Yeah. The second weekend in October is the Texas Tiny Trailer Rally. Oh. So we're hitting the ground running this fall.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lots of camping.
Exhausted already. So, okay, very good. So, so we kind of got through our plans for this. Do you have any other camping plans?
We kind of went like this.
Yeah, we did. Do we have any other camping plans other than the rallies?
I want to go camping one more time before the start of all camping. Of this. Yeah.
Okay.
Like all by myself, because it's my favorite type of camping.
All
but
by myself.
I haven't actually made any plans, and I don't have any plans.
My trailer's going camping, but without me.
What?
Because it's going to Round Top.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's like, when's that?
I think that is September.
Oh my goodness!
End of September.
What is Richard looking for now?
It doesn't matter. Last time he came back from Round Top is this like massive.
I am going to that with him.
Flea market.
Oh, so you're going in her trailer?
I don't know. I don't know. We
I might take my trailer.
Yeah,
but it is. huge. I mean, it covers like 3 towns.
It's the biggest. I've been there, but it was years ago. But it's like the biggest rummage sale I've ever.
I can't wait. I've never
stumbled
been.
on.
And like
some of it is absolutely fabulous and very pricey and architectural, and some of it is pure junk.
Yeah.
Some of it is, shabby chic furniture that people redid. So last time we went, my husband came home with a mannequin that is now, creepy as it is, sitting in my living room.
it's been sitting in your living room for a year with a missing hand, a missing arm.
What's the goal here? What's the
Yes,
end game?
right. I ask that regularly. But the goal was to actually print out pictures of our family life all these years and decoupage them onto this mannequin to completely cover it. And again, as crazy as it sounds, put it in our backyard, which is full of antics,
Other weird
and
stuff.
other weird things.
Was this Richard's idea?
Yes, and I don't know where it came from, and I don't ask questions anymore. So, and we had during COVID a party at our house, and we pretended
With just us.
with
like,
just our family.
yeah.
And we
I
pretended
wasn't
we
there.
were at some big club.
Okay.
It was for Kelsey, who lives in New York City. And so we dressed up our house to be like New York City. And she was dressed up to be in the living room as part of the club.
Okay.
And she's never left.
So she's a mannequin, so she's not exactly the life of the party?
No, she is not.
okay.
She is the non-life
So we
of the
need.
party.
I need to get a picture. I have a picture of that, and we can put it up on the podcast page just so you guys can see PJ's
Yes.
crazy mannequin house. And then what's the other thing I was going to get a
So-
picture of?
That's
The ditch? No?
if you're
I'll think
looking
about
to
it later.
camp in Texas, go camp near somewhere near Round Top and go to that event. It's 2 weeks long and it's crazy.
I'm so excited to go.
So
I'm going to bring
that's
back
on your
so much
calendar, too.
junk. So
Are
much
you?
junk. Yes, however much can fit in Dad's truck.
Our flying frogs came from there, the ones hanging from the tree outside.
I love those flying frogs.
Yeah. So there's,
I guess we need a picture of
and
that
it's
now.
endless. It's endless what's there. Absolutely endless.
Okay. But anything other than Round Top? Anything at all?
I feel like
I don't have
that's.
anything
I feel
else
like
planned.
I'm maxed out now that I remember Round Top.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's mid-August now, and we are traveling at the end of September. Then we have the expo, and then we have the Tiny Trailer Rally. I think I'm going to take the next month to just have a break.
Okay. Well, we got other work to do.
Yeah, there's a few other things on my plate, so I'm going to take a break, then ramp it up, and I want to plan for November because I have not done enough cold weather camping.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds like a ton of guilty pleasures, and I don't know, hot chocolate and brandy all together.
Okay. Cool.
Sounds good.
I would like to get something in November or December as well. I think that a camping trip during those months should be nice.
Now,
But
don't we tell people to plan something at least once a month and get out there and do it?
yeah,
Yeah, don't we try to talk about that?
we do, but we also realize that those are loosey-goosey guidelines.
We're not as good as them.
Well, everyone has family life and work
That's
life,
true.
and it's just not fair to put pressure on them for going to relax. It's like you trying to go to sleep and getting anxious about it.
Yes, true.
It's not fair.
Okay. All right. Well, November camping, I think, needs to be on the radar now to get the campsites. Deal?
Sounds like a plan. Okay. Well, we have a lot of stuff to get back to do today. Just so many things spinning around, flying around Princess Craft. So let's wrap this one up. It's been a great small talk episode with the two
It
of you.
has been fun,
So
and I don't feel guilty about it at all.
no? All right. A little bit. Okay. But we'd like to thank everyone for joining us. Do check out the show notes for this episode or any previous episode at rvsmalltalk.com or join our community on Facebook. It is RV Small Talk Community Group. And you can share anything, ask anything, whatever. We're there for you. And do keep in mind that on Fridays, about noon-ish, noontime central, we do a Friday Live on Facebook and on YouTube. And you can join us, ask questions live, and we will interact and respond. So find us there, find us then. From all of us to you, this is the RV Small Talk Podcast, and thank you so much.
Marge on the telephone pole. That's the picture.
Good call.
All right. Bye.